welcome to Thank God You're Not My Child. Remember, it's a comedy podcast where I talk about whatever I want to. And this week, I'm telling you, there's so much stuff in the news that I'm not even really sure where to go. See, you know what? I just want to pick one that's kind of strong on my heart right now. And I want to talk about cell phones. I know. I'm recording this on my cell phone. I noticed a lot of states have passed laws about no cell phones in this classroom. And I'm going to take a stand on my shit soapbox? I'm saying it better, shit soapbox, because it's mine. So it's my shit soapbox, okay? Your child doesn't need a phone in school. They don't need a phone in school. I remember being in school when I was young. And I remember, first of all, you didn't get to talk to your parents during the day. You didn't get to talk to really anybody during the day except the people that were in your classroom and your teacher, your friends. You had to actually talk to people. And we've lost that a little bit. And it's okay for kids to go to school and not be able to talk to their parents. I know. Isn't it the strangest thing ever? And first of all, I haven't seen a teacher yet that hasn't went, thumbs up. I don't want phones in my classroom. You know what I mean? And it has everything to do with the distraction that they give. I mean, when I have my phone, I'm distracted. Are you distracted when you have your phone? Let's say you're working and you're getting paid. Let's just say you're getting paid $20 an hour to work. But you can't stay off your phone. You've never had to stay off your phone. So you know what? Maybe you're not doing your job completely well because the phone is distracting you. Oh, okay. So that's what it is. Yeah. We have to have laws and rules for parents to understand your kid doesn't need a phone sitting in the classroom. Is this a problem with the kids or the parents? Okay, I'm going back to the parents. It would be a parent fail. I love the fact that kids can have phones because something goes wrong. And I'm so there with you, and I understand. But at school, first of all, if you think that much is going to go wrong at school that they have to have a phone, maybe you need a homeschool, okay? And homeschooling's okay. We've talked about that. Some people just do it really well, okay? But if you're on the fence and you're saying, my child has rights to have that phone in their classroom, you're the problem. You are the parent problem. Raise your hand if you're the parent problem. I don't want to be the parent problem. You know what I mean? Now, my kids are 32 and 36. Yes. They're not my problem anymore. My main thing that I do now is, let's just get real. I pray for them. I support them if they need something. That's my job now because I did my job. They grew up, they moved out. So if you've got a child that can't go to a classroom without a phone, how are they going to work without a phone? Okay, you know what I mean? Because on normal jobs, you cannot sit on your phone. So instead of us going, hey, my child has rights to have a phone, you know what, right? Let's send them to school. Let's send them to school to learn, I don't know, reading, writing, arithmetic, getting along with people, helping people, because that's a whole nother can of worms. You know what I say? A whole nother can of worms. Yeah. Because helping people, that's what you want to do. The more we help people around us, if everybody is helping people around us, just think of how many people are being helped. And that's a whole nother can of worms, a whole nother episode. of when you should or shouldn't help people, because people they'll take advantage of you. You know those people. Do you know some? I did. I might have been that person sometimes. You know how we say, we all have a past. So if you've been given so much help, okay, we're going to save that for a whole nother episode. So phones. Your kids should not have a phone at school. And the fact that they're going to have to leave it in a locket or something from the day they walk in the class and off, this is a good thing. Maybe we can get back to kids actually learning, picking a book up, reading. I don't know. A lot of schools have taken over to where the school district I was in, I was so mortified. I could not believe that this school is giving pre-K and kindergartners tablets. Some of them don't even know how to use a pencil, and they're going to put a tablet in their hand. It doesn't matter if they might be able to read on a tablet. Can they write? Can they fill anything out? These are things kids need to know. So, you've been cramming tablets down their hands and phones down their hands and computers down their throats, all of that. And now they're hooked on them. And so now you're like, oh, well, I guess we shouldn't do that. No shit. No shit. Let's let them carry around a fucking book and read it. You know what I mean? I guess I'm a little more of a boomer on that. I never thought I'd say that, but, people, let's get over it. So, I looked it up, and there's so many states that's having to put this into a law for the schools. I just can't believe. And, the main problem, I'm going to say the kids are the problem, but the bottom line comes back to the parents. So if you're a parent and you're one of those that say, my child deserves to have a phone during the school day. No, the fuck they don't. Just get your head out of your butt and start thinking of something besides, oh my God, my kid. Okay, I could talk like a spoiled-ass mom or a spoiled-ass dad in a heartbeat. But you know what? Your kids are not perfect. All of our kids, like I said, my kids are perfectly Justin and perfectly Emily because God made us all who we are, and then we're all going to be different. So let us be different. But don't cram things down the kid's face. I mean, here's your phone. Here's this. Do this. You don't need books. You don't need this. And now it's like, oh, no, you can't have that phone in class. You've let it happen for all these years. So there's going to be some fucking growing pains. So teachers, I'm going to pray for you. If you're going to start a new year and you have to tell kids of any age I think the youngest one I saw was second grade. A kid got in trouble in the second grade because she was taking pictures at school she shouldn't be taking. Yes, I said that. Shouldn't be there. And high schoolers knocking the shit out of their teachers because they told them to put their phone up. This is where there's a problem. So yes, let's just stop it. Let's make school about no electronics again. Give them a number 2 pencil, some paper, and a fucking book. You're going to write a book report after you read that book with no internet. Okay? So now we're going to go to phones at work. Some people need phones at work. I'm just going to say that. And I know that. My sister has, with her job, she has her phone and then she has a work phone. And I get this. I'm not talking about those. Okay? First of all, if you are a teacher and you have your phone out, but the kids can't have their phone out, you're the fucking problem. Don't get your phone out if they can't get their phone out. Now, I will say this. I like to take in pictures of the daycare kids. I like their parents to see. So my phone was always sitting around. I also allowed kids to pick it up and take pictures if they wanted to. They knew what they could. And if they built something, they could say, hey, I want a picture of that. And they could. So there was a reason for my phone to be around. It was normally for videos and pictures of fun stuff or something they made or something like that. But it also was Nobody made phone calls or anything on it. It was just for the camera, really. And there was times where if I had like an extra digital camera when those were out, those were around, and they could always take pictures on those. The kids in my daycare, I was only licensed for 10, so I only had 10, a max of 10. They knew the rules. So the camera worked really well, but it was for the camera and stuff like that. But let's talk about daycare providers sitting on their phone. I have passed, since retired, so many daycares driving around where kids are outside playing and they're having a great time. And do you know what I see? I see all of these adults sitting around on their phone. Now, if you're sitting on your phone while your little kids, the ones that are not yours people, that is where this podcast came from. All those years that I needed to look at those kids because they're not mine. And I would say, you need to thank God you're not my child. You know why? Because there's things I would do to my child, like a little whoop on a booty boo, but they're not my kids. So why are you going to get on your phone and play games or check Facebook or TikTok? Or let's even go worse, live on YouTube or TikTok while you're supposed to be watching the littles. Yes, and I'm just going to let you know, I have searched, there is not one state in the 50 states that says you can be on your phone live while you're watching kids. It throws you out of ratio. So if you're going to do that, you need to make sure and cover your ass. If you're going to sit with your phone like this and do live and you're going to talk to people while the kids are playing outside, you know what you need to do? Cover your ass and have somebody to help you. Because all it takes is a kid falling and breaking their arm, which they do on a rock or something. It doesn't take much. And if they find out that you were on live when that kid got hurt, do you know that you could go to jail because you knew you were doing wrong? You just denied it. Because guess what? I've been doing this for 4 months and I've never had a problem. Do you know what can happen in 4 months? There's a lot of shit that can happen in 4 months. You're like, in 4 months, you're pretty damn near having a baby. That's almost half of making a baby. 4 months. Oh, 4 months. I did this licensed in the same place until I got divorced for 23 years. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it's definitely more than 4 months. Nothing's happened in 4 months. I mean, I think I'm okay. No, the fuck you're not. Think about the kids before you think about yourself. You know, and then we all know the laws of putting kids on the internet and stuff. And even mine, all of mine, you had to sign saying it was okay, papers for pictures to be on the Facebook page, YouTube, TikTok, anything. And if they said no, I didn't do it because you just don't do that. Bottom line is, parents are in control of what their kids do. And if they've put them in your daycare, they're trusting that you're going to do what's right. And if you're sitting down playing games on your phone or live on some internet device, you are not giving them the care that they're supposed to have. I don't care. That is my shit soapbox. I'm going to stand up on it. You're out of ratio. Put your damn phone down. I'm like, and you know, I've asked a couple of questions on a few people that go, yesterday I actually saw 8 providers. There was one empty box that during the morning, some of them were outside, some of them were inside, different weather, and they're all on live. They're all on fucking live while they're supposed to be watching kids. Other people's kids, not their own. If you want to go live with your own kids, fucking do it. Okay? But phones at work, put your phone down. I can guarantee you, I have 2 Rhondas. One's in Iowa and one's in Missouri, and they have centers. And I have a Sharon. She has a center in Texas. And I have so many more, I'm sure. just can't tell you off the hand. But even the centers, no phones in classroom. So if you go to a center and there's no phones in the classroom, do not be caught on your phone. You could be written up. Why the fuck are you on your phone? Oh, well, it's my business. Nobody's going to tell me what to do. You know who tells you what to do? State tells you what to do. The health department tells you what to do. The fire marshal tells you what to do. And if you're on the food service, they tell you what to do. Do you know who else is going to tell you what to do and what not to do? The daycare parents. They aren't going to like it. They're not going to like it because they're paying you to take care of their kid. And while they're in your care, it's the most important thing you do. You know? And that's where I'm going to leave this. So from today on, if you're fucking up and messing up like that, let's think about things that could happen and let's make the right choices. And if your kid thinks he needs a phone or she needs a phone to go to school, you might need to set them down and let them know they don't. You don't need a phone to function. I'm a little scared if it ever happens that we don't have internet and we can't use our phones. We're going to have so many people. I'm going to go through some withdrawals. Let's just be honest. Because now that I'm retired, I make way, way too many TikToks. I mean, I even started a hashtag tag too much time on my hand because that's what I fucking have. I mean, I drive him wherever he needs to be. We just got back from, Longview, Texas area. Houston area, Galveston area. Ooh, I did get to go to NASA. Yeah, I got to go to NASA. Never been there, and that was so fun. It made me realize I want to be an astronaut, but I don't want to be Katy Perry. I want to be like, not Katy Perry astronaut. I want to be like a tough astronaut, not a... Okay, we'll just skip right over that. Yeah, I'm not sure those ladies went into space, but that's a whole nother can of worms. Yeah, so I just designed a sticker about a whole nother can of worms, and I've got a few people that's going to be getting those, so thank you for everyone that's been emailing and stuff. This last couple of weeks has just been wow. And then, today's Tuesday, and Thursday, I head to Springfield, Missouri, because Springfield Roller Derby is having their 3-day tournament. It's going to be so fun. I get to do some tally-hoing. Donna's going to be tally-hoing. So can't get on the skates yet, 2 new knees. But yes, that's what we're going to be doing. So busy. To be so busy and be retired is crazy, but he's working in there. He's got this appeal still. This appeal has been so hard. And just to let you know, driving Mr. Cliff, this last week was really rough. It was a whole lot of driving. And I'm going to let you know right now that people in Houston, they're much worse drivers than in Dallas. I drive around the Dallas area all the time, and there's always some assholes, if you know what I mean. Always some assholes. But Houston, it's like, if an asshole cuts you off, they're an asshole. You're like, oh, you asshole, I can't believe you did that. These people are clueless. They don't even know they're an asshole. They're like, I'm coming over, and if you don't move, they're going to hit you. These Houston drivers, if you live in Houston, you might need to take some drivers, like defensive driving or something, because you guys suck. So, yeah. So it's just been a crazy time. The knees are doing pretty good. The nerve stuff, not so good, but I'm going forward because whatever it takes, got to keep walking. Went all the way to Longview, got to hang out with my sister for a while and my mom and my brother-in-law. And it was so good to hang out with them. She had a yard sale. First of all, I'm not sure in East Texas why she planned on having a garage sale in the middle of July, but I went to help as much as I could with 2 new knees and nerve issues. But this girl, she liked to shop, and she had some amazing clothes. So yeah, that was just crazy. It was so much fun. Definitely spending time with your family can definitely take you back to that warm time when you were growing up. And I was the middle daughter. There was 4 of us that I grew up with. There's 11 altogether with my real dad, but with my mom and my stepdad, there was 4 of us, and I was the middle daughter. So you know how that goes. Everybody picks on me. And it's not like nobody's going to listen to this. My family doesn't listen to this. My friends don't listen to this. And that's okay. That's how it happens. And I think it's because they know I'm talking about them. And you know what? They's be writing. They's be writing. They's be right. I'll be talking about them. But like I've always said, it's just a little old podcast that I talk to myself because I'm so fucking bored. And I say it's comedy because I'm going to say what the fuck I want to, and I don't want anybody to take it real. But you know what I want you to take real? Stop letting your kids take their phones to school, and turn off your fucking phone if you're in charge of other people's kids. Okay. So I think I've told you all that I know and all that I think I know. Until next time. Thank God you're not my child.